Yeah, she's a Rusty Beauty too. Hey guys, welcome to the next episode of the Rusty Beauties restorations. And today we're going to be working on a really old project. A project that probably most of you don't even know that exists, because it's one of the projects that was featured on my early videos, along with my Spitfire, my GT6, the 73 TR6 and the 74 TR6 that we were restoring in the old workplace. Some of you may know it as the customer's car, because that was the only car that we were restoring in that shop that didn't belong to us, because all the other projects were either mine or my boss's, or supposedly a partnership between him and I. Anyway, so without further ado, for those of you who've been on the channel since then, let me reintroduce you. And for those of you who are new to the channel, or relatively new, maybe 5 years or newer, let me introduce you to the 1970 TR6. You still don't recognize it, do you? Me neither, to be honest, because while I'm taking it out of the trailer, I'm gonna tell you the story. For those of you who don't remember it. So this car came in the shop for frame restoration. So at that time I was working in a shop where we were building limousines. And occasionally we were working also on our own Triumphs. I had my Spitfire, and I think later I acquired my GT6, but also with my boss we bought together two TR6s, 73 and 74. And I was working on those after hours and on weekends and in my own time. At some point, the customer, the owner of this car is known as the customer because he was the only one at the time, we somehow got in touch with him through an online advertisement site called Kijiji, because we were buying a windshield frame from him for one of our projects. So he came to the shop to deliver it actually, and he saw what we were doing, and he said, well, you know what, I have a TR6 of my own that needs a little bit of frame repair. So my boss looked at me and I said, yeah, sure, why not? I'm working on our own cars. We can start doing a little bit of work for customers when we're not busy with limousines. And before we knew it, we had this car in the shop already. Didn't look like that at the time, right? Okay, she had a flat tire, so we had to bring the compressor. But let's take her out and we're gonna continue our story. Okay, here she is. So what happened next, before we knew it, the car was in the shop and we started working on the frame. To repair the frame, we had to lift the body off the frame, and it just snowballed from there, as it usually happens, because there are so many cars on the road that look good on the outside, but once you start digging into little rust repairs, you find out that there's much bigger repair needed underneath, and then you start going deeper and deeper, and before we know it, you are into a frame off restoration. So we started repairing all the rust and all that, but at some point we wanted to start the engine and see if it is gonna run and all that. And unfortunately we found a big problem there as well. It turned out that at some point in its life, the car had a fuel pump failure and the entire oil system got contaminated with fuel. The oil got so diluted that there was like probably 3 or 4 extra liters of liquid inside the oil. And unfortunately, the car kept being started and moved around because it sat in a different shop as far as I know before that. And they kept moving it back and forth because it was in their way. And every time there was more and more fuel going into the oil system. The oil got so diluted that it actually ruined the bearings and the crankshaft and the pistons, and all that got so worn that the engine was in a really bad shape. So we had to rebuild the engine. So we did that, and we continued with the body work in the meantime. We repaired the frame, we rebuilt the suspension, we painted everything. Actually, the owner also, John, he came in the shop and he helped with lots of that. And at some point I even put the engine and the transmission on the frame and I drove it. That was a fun thing to do. Anyways, then we put the body on the frame and the car was ready to go for paint. So it went for paint twice actually, because we decided that we were going to send the body only and they were going to paint inside everything, the engine bay, the cockpit, the boot, and underneath. So they painted with truck bed liner inside, I believe. And then we brought the body back in the shop. I put it on the frame, installed all the fenders, everything was painted inside already. So I adjusted all the panels, all the gaps and everything, the shims, the body got mounted on the frame permanently. And then we sent it one more time to the paint shop so they can paint the exterior. So while the car was in the paint shop for a second time, we ordered all the necessary parts to finish the car, like door seals. I took care of the harness, all the parts needed anyways. And they arrived, we were ready to start working on the car, and unfortunately at that time the customer and my boss got into a big fight for whatever reason, and my boss at the time told John that we're not going to finish the car, he needs to come and pick it up as it is. He needed to pay some stupid amount for storage apparently. It was a really bad story anyways. Ended up really bad for John. So he took out his car, that was like probably 4 years ago now. He took the car home, put it in the garage and never did anything with it because he just needed assistance and guidance. He's able to do some things but not everything. So unfortunately that was the end of it, as we thought. I thought that I'm never gonna see this car again until I quit my job. Of course he was following me on YouTube, so he realized at some point that I quit my job. So now he contacted me and he says, Elin, I see that you're working in your garage. I'd really like you to finish my car. I was really busy at the time, so I told him, yeah, John, one day maybe we can do that. But as I kept working in my own garage, I realized that I'm becoming busier and busier. So the last time he asked was in the springtime, and I said, you know what, this is not a summer project because I have many cars coming in and out all the time in the summer, but maybe in the winter we can do this job. And he agreed, so he waited, and now it's October and I'm ready for the winter season. So I went with the trailer and I picked up the car from John's garage, and here she is, coming to be finished now eventually. So that's the story so far, and we're gonna continue from here together. So I show you a brief preview of what happened in the previous 20 something episodes, I believe, and unfortunately the quality is not great because they were my early videos, but you can see more or less what has been done to the car. But if you want to see it in details, I'm gonna put here a link to the first episode and you can go from there and watch them all if you want. I actually did that. I don't often watch my own videos, but now because I forgot completely what I've done to this car, I decided, and while I was working in the garage on something else, I played the whole playlist, and at least I listened to all of them. I didn't watch them all, but I listened to all of the episodes so I can remember what has been done on the car. So let's walk around and see a little bit more about the car. As you can see, they painted the seals black, the windshield frame is black. The paint job looks good. There are a few issues here and there that I believe John said that they're gonna correct, or he's gonna correct them himself. It's not great, but it is actually decent paint job. The black is black, and that's it. Not much to see. Actually, the car came with a 4-speed transmission, but John also purchased separately a A-type overdrive transmission that we installed on the car. So we're gonna have to do some wiring for that. The engine, like I said, is completely rebuilt, so the engine bay is ready to be assembled. Even, I don't know why, the radiator is installed and the hoses, maybe I installed the hoses just to keep it there, or maybe that's from the last time we actually started the car, because I don't remember what I've done. Unfortunately, you can see that here and there already the rust started coming to the engine, so we might need to touch it up a little bit. But yeah, she is a beauty. One of my first Rusty Beauties. Now, meanwhile, I believe John found something with the paperwork that actually showed that the car was 71. I don't know actually, I don't remember, but it doesn't really matter. For us, it's gonna be the 1970 TR6. We have a full load of containers with parts that I brought also from John when I picked up the car. I put them in the basement. Hi, Bella. This is Bella. In Italian means beauty, and my dog is called Rusty, so guess what? They're Rusty and Beauty. Anyway, so that's it. There's not much more to be shown here. I'm gonna put her back in the trailer. I pulled her out because it had the flat tire. The fender actually was really close to that spare tire of the trailer because the front left was flat. So I didn't want it to get damaged. So I pulled her out to rearrange her. And I'm gonna put her back in the trailer for another week or so because I'm going away. Yeah, there's some runs here in the paint. I don't know if you see them, but apparently that's fixable. I don't know, I'm not a paint guy. So yeah, I'm gonna put her back in the trailer. That's where she's gonna sit for another week or so, and then we're gonna pull her out again and we're gonna put her in the garage and we're gonna start working on her. I just wanted to take the opportunity that the weather was so nice and to show you the car and reintroduce you or introduce you to the new old project that we're gonna be working on. So that's gonna be it for today's video. The work hasn't been started yet, but it's gonna start really soon. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching, thanks for commenting, subscribing and sharing, of course, as usual. Thanks for supporting the channel on Patreon and also through PayPal and many other ways that you find, guys, to support me. It's overwhelming, so I'm really grateful for that. So too much talking, let's get crack-lacking in the next video. Thank you, guys. Bye.